Mother. Calm down, Brendan. Mother. I am 21 years old and you still treat me like a child. It has to stop. What are you talking about? I do not treat you like a child. But you act like one. You do not even have a job. Both of your sisters had full-time jobs as soon as they turned 18. You do treat me like a child. I am still wearing Karen and Grace's hand-me-downs. So what? They fit you perfectly, and why should I spend money on new clothes for you? Karen and Grace buy all their own, and I think it's nice of them to give you what they don't wear anymore. Mother. They are both girls and I am a boy. You don't see an issue with that? Frankly, Brendan, I don't like you attitude. You do not have a job. Your sisters treat you well, and it's not like they are giving you their bras and dresses to wear. They give you shirts and pants and underwear, and so I don't see any room for you to complain. What about the nightgowns? You forgot to mention those. Yes, I did, and see, that just goes to show you how much they give to you. And what do you give to them? What do I give to them? I do their laundry, I clean and cook, I do a lot. Well, that's just a small measure compared to what they do for you. They work hard for their money and you don't. You don't get paid a cent now, do you? Brendan was calming down a bit now. Mother, please look at it from my standpoint. And I am grateful. It is not that I do love Karen and Grace, and I know they work hard and do a lot for me. I just want you to see it through my eyes. For example, look at what I am wearing. I have on a pair of Grace's pink panties, hardly boy underwear, and these jeans that Karen gave me. Well, just look at them. There is no way anyone would mistake them for boys' jeans with this cut and design. And Mother, please look at my shirt. Yes, it's a shirt, but do you think it is appropriate for a boy to wear? I mean, it's a nice shirt, but Mother, pink? Oh, stop, Brendan. Boys wear pink a lot these days. With plucked eyebrows and below shoulder length dyed blonde hair? There you go again. Your sisters are nice enough to help you look your best and you complain? What kind of a son have I raised? An ingrate? Mother, I am just saying I don't look much like a boy, and how am I to get a job looking like this? They will think I am a what, Brendan? A sissy? Yes, Mother, a sissy. There you have it. Is that what you want me to look like? Brendan, you disappoint me. No one here has ever called you a sissy. Not ever. You're right, Mother, no one has, but then they didn't have to. The way I am dressed and look and treated. What do you mean how you are treated? I mean like a person who does not count, who has no value except maybe housework. Certainly not like a man. Mother laughed. She laughed so hard her sides hurt. A man? A man? Seriously, you are not a man, you are still a boy. Mother. It's not funny. I am a man, I am 21. It's not age that makes you a man, Brendan, it's actions, and you certainly have no manly actions, now do you? Brendan hung his head in shame. He knew his mother was right, but he so wanted to be a man. He was tired of being a boy, and even worse, a sissified houseboy. It had to stop, he had to get a job. I am sick of it, Mother, I want a job, a real job outside of the house where I leave and go to work every morning and come home at 5 o'clock. You do you? I see, so what are you qualified to do, Brendan? What degrees or experience do you have to wow an employer? Brendan was heartbroken. He knew his mother was right. He had no skills. He dropped out of school in 8th grade because he felt he was needed more at home. Well, at least that is what he told people, but the reality was the other kids made fun of him because of the clothes he wore to school. Not nearly as feminine as the ones he now wore, but still feminine enough. At 5 feet 2 inches and 125 pounds, he was not much of a fighter, and the day Joey Adams cornered him in the boys' restroom and made him take out his dick and suck it, he knew it was time to quit school, and he did. His mother felt sorry for him. Okay, I will tell you what, Brendan, I will make some calls and see if anyone I know needs some help. Okay, I will try, sweetie. Brendan liked this idea, and it brought a smile to his face. Thank you, Mother, thank you. Well, don't thank me until I find something. It may not be easy with your limited experience. Brendan's mother, Lori, was a likable lady, and she had a lot of friends. All of which were women. She thought about who might need some help and started to call around. Nearly all of them knew Brendan and they also knew his story. It was not that they did not like him, it was simply that he little to offer. Call after call resulted in no offers. Brendan heard many of these and his hopes fell and fell and fell with each negative call. The next day his mother began anew in earnest to find something for her son. A call to her friend Peggy provided the first ray of hope. Peggy told her about a lady she knew who was desperate for some help. The woman was in her 30s, had a large house where she ran a business from and needed housework done, enough so that the job provided 35 hours a week. It was not ideal as it involved housework, but then that was at least what Brandon was qualified to do. Brendan was not present for the conversation, so when he came in after the call and saw the smile on his mother's face, he lit up with excitement. "Mother! Did you find something for me?" "Yes, Brendan, but don't get too excited yet." "Why? Why, Mother? Is something wrong?" No, nothing is wrong. It's just I had hoped to find you something a bit more exciting, that's all." "What do you mean, Mother? I don't understand." "Well, it's 35 hours a week and starts out at $9 an hour, and if you are good you will go to $10 an hour after 30 days. "Okay, that's good. I mean, for a start that's good, right, Mother?" "Yes, with your education and experience I think it's very good." "What then?" "Well, it's cleaning and stuff like that." Mother expected Brendan to be really disappointed, but instead he smiled and nodded his head in approval. "Oh, good, I know how to do that. I was worried it was something I didn't know how to do." "I am good at cleaning, aren't I, Mother?" "Yes, very good, and I am sure you will do fine." Brendan was excited. He figured out how much money he would make and added it up several times to make sure. "Oh, when do I start, Mother?" "Tomorrow at 9 a.m. I will drop you off." Brendan was ecstatic and floating on air. Finally, he would get paid and he could buy whatever kind of clothes he wanted. "Oh, good, and when you pick me up we can go shopping so I can buy some new clothes." Mother looked at Brendan and said, "No, Brendan, it does not work that way. You will work 2 weeks before you get paid. That's just how it's done." Brendan was disappointed but said okay anyway. The next morning Brendan was standing at the door at 8:55 a.m. and rang the doorbell. The door soon opened and there stood a most beautiful woman. Brendan was instantly in love. "Hi, I am Sarah, and you are?" "Hi, I am Brendan. I am supposed to start work for you this morning." "You are Brendan?" I was expecting you to be different, I guess. No matter, please come in." Brendan did not know what she meant by that and sloughed it off, following her in and to her office. Sarah took a seat but did not invite Brendan to sit. In fact, she asked him to turn for her. This caught Brendan off guard. "Turn?" he asked, very bewildered. "Yes, turn around so I can see the whole you." He was still confused, but he complied with her wishes. She then asked him to sit. "Wow. I guess I do not know where to start. It is not often I see a young man dressed as nicely as you are dressed. I commend you on your attire. Your overall appearance shows a deep appreciation for your looks." "Thank you, Miss Sarah." Brendan sat crossing his legs at his knees like girls do. He had perfect posture and even folded his hands in his lap. There was nothing unusual about him doing this. His sisters taught him to do this when he was quite young. Sarah was simply caught off guard and truly amazed at his appearance. "So, Brendan, is it okay to call you that?" "Sure, I mean, why wouldn't it be?" "Oh, no reason. I mean, for some reason I just want to call you Brenda, but it's Brendan." "Brenda? Why would she want to call me that?" Brendan wondered. "Oh, you can call me anything you want, Miss Sarah. Just don't call me late for dinner." Ha, ha, ha. Brendan did not get out much. Sarah smiled at his stupid joke and said, "Okay, I will just do that, Brenda." I mean Brendan. He was way too pretty to be called a boy's name. She was attracted to this person. She was fascinated with him and his feminine looks and how he acted like it was not a big deal, like he had been raised this way. She had to call Peggy and get the scoop on him as soon as possible. "Here, take this into the sitting room and fill it out. Make sure you fill in every question." Please close my door on your way out. Brendan smiled and took the clipboard with the 4-page application for employment and went to the other room. Sarah got on the phone with Peggy as soon as she could. Peggy, tell me the story behind this Brendan you had sent over. Did he do something wrong? No, not at all, but he is so cute, so feminine. How did he get that way? Oh, that, yes, I guess I should have warned you about him being so feminine, but I didn't think it would matter. Will you stop, Peggy? I think he is adorable. I just want to know his story. Who turned him into such a cute sissy? Oh, that, yeah, well, I guess you could say his family did. His mother and 2 sisters have been treating him more like a girl than a boy since he was little. Not to harm him, mind you, but just treating him like a sister. All of his clothes are hand-me-downs from his 2 older sisters. No dresses or heels or things like that, mind you, just pants and shirts and underwear and sleepwear, I think. The sisters always had fun doing his hair and shaping his brows. They also taught him to do all of the domestic work. He does all of their laundry, cleaning, dishes, and most of the cooking. He can even sew. I believe I am correct in saying he does not own any male clothing. So how long has this been going on? Oh, since school for sure. He quit school in 8th grade. When his mother, my friend Lori, called yesterday asking about work for him, I wondered about a job he could qualify for. Then I thought about what you were looking for and I thought it might be a good match. I think it might be a perfect match. Thanks for thinking of me, Peggy. Got to go now, we'll talk later. It was not long before Sarah heard a knock on her office door and told the person to come in. It was Brendan. Are you done? Yes, ma'am. Sit and let me review. Oh, I love those jeans you are wearing. That is such a cute design. Really? I mean, thank you. You're welcome, Brenda. Just kidding, Brendan. Brendan laughed. He enjoyed the attention. So, I see your background consists most of housework and laundry? Ah, yes, you see. That's perfect for what I need here. Tell me, what type of housework do you enjoy doing the most? Brendan was caught off guard by Sarah's question. He had never thought about enjoying housework. It was a job. What was there to enjoy about it? He knew she wanted an answer and he did not want to disappoint her. Ah, well, I don't know, I guess maybe vacuuming? Is that a question or an answer? Ah, vacuuming. Yes, running the vacuum is my favorite. Really? Why? Oh, I don't know, I guess 'cause it's fun and it's easy and I can cover a lot of territory fast. Lots of reasons. I see. What about laundry? What part of that do you like best? Oh, that's easy. Taking the items out of the dryer. Oh, why is that? They are so warm and soft and smell so good from the dryer pad. I see. Does that include folding them? Well, you see, I don't fold all of them. Some I iron and then some are hung up. But I do not dry all of the items in the dryer. Many of the delicates must be hand-washed and air-dried. Yes, I know, and I am glad to see that you know as well. I have a lot of expensive things and I would not want them ruined. I am very good with laundry. My mother and 2 sisters say so to me and to others. They even have me do some of their friends' laundry when they stay over. That's how good I am at it. Brendan was feeling quite proud of himself and was bragging about it. Sarah noticed it and liked it. It was not often boys bragged about their domestic abilities, especially in handling feminine articles. Brendan, this has nothing to do with your job here, but I just have to ask. How did you learn to pick out such nice outfits and do your hair and brows like that? Brendan was amazed at the compliment. Others had mocked him for how he dressed, and here now this very beautiful woman admired him. It was so very flattering. He was not sure how to answer. To lie or to tell the truth. He decided to tell the truth, mostly because he did not think he could tell a convincing lie. Miss Sarah, I have to tell you, it was not me, it's mostly my sisters Karen and Grace. They are both very beautiful women and they dress very nicely. They give me their shirts and pants and other things when they do not want them anymore. You see, this will be my first real job ever, and so I do not have the money to buy my own clothes, but that will change now. I mean, after I get my first paycheck. But so, I know they are a little girly and so is my hair because of them as well. They like to mess with it and do my brows because they say they would look really, really bad if they didn't. That is such a beautiful story, Brenda. I think it's wonderful that your sisters have taken you under their wing. They have done a wonderful job. You are as cute as a button, Brenda. Brendan was vaguely aware that Sarah was calling him Brenda, but either he did not care, or it was not fully registering. Really, you think so? You don't think I'm odd because of how I am dressed or look? Odd? Sure, you're odd. Brendan's face dropped. You're the odd wonderful, you're the odd beautiful. You odd 'cause so very few can match you. Brendan's face broke into a smile again and he started to blush. But I will tell you one thing, I hope you don't go and waste your hard-earned money on a bunch of stupid boy clothes. I love how you dress, and if it's okay with you I have a few things you might like and I'd like to see on you, and if you are interested maybe we can take a break later and try them on you. Brendan was beside himself with joy. He had been so down and so worried, and now it was just the opposite, he was on top of the world. Sarah told him to clean the house and start however and wherever he wanted. She told him the lower part had to be vacuumed, dusted, and moped every day. The rest of the house twice a week or so. She showed him where the vacuum and cleaning supplies were. Then she told him about fixing lunch. There was salad makings and some other lunch things. He could use his imagination. She was not fussy, and she went back to her office and got to work. At lunch he entered her office after knocking with a tray with a cup of coffee, since she seemed to have a lot of it in her kitchen, and a Cobb salad consisting of shredded chicken, hard-cooked eggs, tomato, avocado, blue cheese, shredded romaine lettuce, and crumbled bacon. Sarah studied him as he set it down. Looks good, Brenda. Why, may I ask, did you decide on these items? Well, I chose the coffee because you have a million coffee cups and tons of different types of gourmet coffee, so I figured you liked coffee. Good choice, you are quite observant, and yes, I do like my gourmet coffees. I believe this is my Kona blend? Yes, ma'am, it sure is, and you sure know your coffees. Okay, so why the Cobb salad? How did you know that is one of my favorites? Well, honestly, ma'am, I didn't know that. I chose it because it has everything I thought you might want in a delicious salad, including lots of greens, crisp bacon, shredded chicken, blue cheese, hard-boiled egg, ripe avocado, and tomatoes. It makes for a satisfying low-carb, complete meal. Very well done, Brenda. Where did you learn to serve meals like this? Well, serving 3 women, all of whom watch their figures with a radical tenacity. Well, I learned what ladies want and what they do not. I guess my eating the same things they did didn't help me develop much manliness though. Now you listen to me and you listen good. I think you are almost perfect as you are. I have a few tiny ideas, but we can talk about them later. You should be proud of how you look because I am. Brendan perked right up. Really, you don't think I am a letdown? You are kidding, right? You are making a huge joke, aren't you? Sarah was being sarcastic, and Brendan just laughed. Sarah picked up the phone and her secretary Julie answered. Julie, I am going to take an hour for myself. Cover for me. Come on, Brenda, let us take a walk upstairs. I want you to try a few things on for me. Brendan followed Sarah out of her office, down the hall up the stairs, and to the first room on the right. It was a huge master bedroom, beautifully and expensively decorated as an upper-class well-to-do woman would do so. Brendan had no idea how expensive these items might be, but he knew they were very expensive. Sarah walked across the room to a double door and opened them. There was a second room, a closet, a huge walk-in closet bigger than most bedrooms. It was so big it even had a dressing bench and mirrors in it. And the clothes, racks and racks of clothes and shoes and drawers that contained what he could only imagine. Sarah treated it as normal and went to a part of the closet where she had some pants. She took a pair off the rack and said, "Here, try on these on. They are Alice and Olivia Jalisa high-waist fitted pants, for a starter." "Oh, those shoes won't do, take them off." Brendan did as told, and Sarah handed him a pair of 3-inch open-toed beige heels. He gave her a strange look and she just nodded her head firmly and pointed to his feet. I like it, but we must do something about the top." The top did not fit well. It was designed for a C-cup-sized gal and Brendan was a no-cup-sized boy. "No, that won't do, That does not look good at all. Brendan looked disappointed and Sarah saw it. I have an idea. Take it back off. Sarah noticed he was hairless, at least above the waist. She would have liked to admire his smooth, undefined upper body longer but thought she better not. She went to her drawer and found a heavily padded bra. She wore it mainly when out in cold weather to keep her warm but figured it was the best choice for a boobless boy. Brendan was unsure about seeing her heading his way with the bra. He had on a very few occasions worn bras, but it was not common. Like once on Halloween and a time or two when his sisters were just playing games and it was on and off in a minute. Sarah understood his apprehension and said, I know this is silly and I really do appreciate your indulging my silliness. What could he say? Put your arms forward so I can get this on you so we can see how that top should fit when you are properly dressed, then we can get it right back off. She quickly moved behind him and made it a situation to touch his upper body as much as possible with her fingers as she closed tight behind him, touching his cheek with her hair. This was really different than when his mother or his sisters touched him. This was way different. It was making him hot and causing his breathing to go shallow and fast. Sarah took her sweet old time in fastening the bra in place, then she reached down in each cup one at a time and cupped his flesh in her fingers and pulled it up to settle in the bra cup. Her fingers accidentally on purpose caressed his nipples as she did so. Have you ever worn a bra, Brenda? Yeah, I guess so, once for real, and a few times my sisters just wanted me to try it on. What was the for real time? Oh, it was for Halloween. Nice. What did you go out as? A maid, a French maid they said, but I didn't speak any French. I see, so did you have a black and white uniform? Yeah, do you know about French maids? Yes, I do, they are the best kind, my favorite for sure. I bet you looked fabulous. I guess so, I got a lot of whistles. They wanted me to wear these really high heels, but I kept stumbling, so they got me some shorter ones and I still had trouble wearing them. I am sure you looked beautiful even without the really high heels. But I understand why they wanted you to walk in the higher ones. It is like a badge of honor to be able to walk in the higher heels, like 5" and 6, but I can just imagine how hot you would look in them. Maybe one of these days I can give you lessons in wearing them. Do you wear heels like that? Oh yes, I think they are really sexy, and I remember wanting to be able to walk seductively in them and learning how. It would be a lot of fun to teach you how to wear them. So how did it feel to wear a bra and a dress? Oh, it was okay, I guess. I mean, it was just a costume, so it wasn't a big deal, but I do remember the bra. I could tell I was wearing it and it would make me think about it being on when I would move certain ways. You are the first man I have ever let wear one of my bras, Brenda. That's pretty special, don't you think? Thank you, Ms. Sarah. Well, I am glad you appreciate it. It would really hurt my feelings if you did not appreciate what I am doing by allowing you try on some of my things. I certainly hope you enjoy it. Let's get your top back on now. Oh, that looks much nicer. Here, look in the mirror. Do you like it? Brendan looked and turned and looked. It makes me look even more feminine. Yes, and it's a great look on you. Sarah pulled and touched and walked around, making Brendan feel quite special. Let's try something else. Take that off. Brendan took off his top and waited for Sarah to leave to take off his pants, but she did not leave. Finally, Brendan dropped his pants and there he stood in pink panties with a white lace trim that Grace had given him. Those are very cute panties. Which one gave those to you? Grace, ma'am. Somehow Sarah made him feel pretty comfortable. Everything she did or said was encouraging or positive. Here, put these on. Sarah handed him a black top and a black skirt with the hem trimmed in tassels. He was a bit unsure, but Sarah reached right in and helped him. Wow. Won't you just look at you? You are crazy sexy looking in that outfit. Brendan was not quite comfortable and was acting a little embarrassed. Then Sarah reached around, taking hold of Brendan and turning him into her and kissing him. Brendan was taken off guard and offered no resistance at all to her actions. Her lips felt so awesome and he was consumed in her lust. She kissed him for a full 3 minutes, by which time the sissy had become completely seduced and putty in her hands. He had never felt this way before. It was the first time he had ever really been kissed by a real girl. Not his mother or sisters. Brenda? Yes, Ms. Sarah. I want you to let me dress you when you are here. Will you do that? Will you wear the clothes I want you to wear? Brendan was beside himself. He was on another planet. He was in love and lust and whatever. Yes, Ms. Sarah, I will. Good, this could be very good for both of us as long as you do as I ask. Now you can't wear that outfit to clean and it's way too expensive, so let's get you into something a little more appropriate. Sarah changed Brandon into a blue denim dress and a pair of ladies' sneakers. There, now you look cute, sexy, and practical. I will get you some things that will be more appropriate for cleaning, but this will do for now. How do you like it? I like it fine, Miss Sarah, but won't people notice me cleaning if I'm wearing this? Well, I hope so. You look awful cute in it. I would hate to think I wasted my efforts and no one noticed. I mean, like in a bad way? Oh, you think because you're a boy wearing a dress people will make fun or something? Yes. Well, I don't think so, but if that is a worry, I can fix it if you want. Yes, please, Miss Sarah, I don't want people making fun of me. You're right about that part, and I don't either, so let's give you some confidence. Sarah took Brendan over to her vanity and put makeup on him. Eyeshadow, liner, lipstick, and a little mascara. She got out a pink bow and put it in his hair along with a hair clip. She showed Brendan the reflection in the mirror and Brendan's eyes got big. He could not believe what was looking back at him. I look pretty, real pretty. Yes, you do, Brenda, you make a beautiful girl. Now I want you to get to work, and if you have any doubts, just take a quick look in the mirror. See you after work, gorgeous. Brenda was still a bit unsure but did as Sarah wanted. She went back to her office thinking about her cute conquest, and Brenda went to work busy cleaning and thinking about the day's events. Brenda went about cleaning and tidying up. Multiple people came and went, and the only reaction she got were smiles and hellos. It was confidence building, and truly she enjoyed doing the work more than she had ever before. Before it was just a job, mundane and no fun, just work. But today it was fun and seemed light and enjoyable. When the workday was finished, Sarah looked for Brenda and found her still working away. You are still working? It's past quitting time. Yes, Miss Sarah, but it's fun, it's not like work. I really enjoyed doing this today. What's the difference? You enjoy doing it at home too, don't you? Well, not really, not as much. It was fun doing it here. I see. Do you think the dress and makeup had anything to do with it? Brenda blushed and said, I don't know, maybe, I guess. I guess too, I think it made it a lot more fun. It sure made my day go fast, and as I thought about what you were wearing, it was a lot of fun for me. Well, it's time for you to go. Your mother will be here soon. Do you want to wear that outfit home? Brenda looked down at her outfit and ran her hands over herself. Oh, no. I better not. I do not know what my mother and sisters would say. I need to change. Sarah smiled and said, okay, however you wish. Go get changed and take the makeup off. You will find makeup remover on my vanity. I'll get the door if your mother comes. Go on, run along. Brendan ran up the stairs and removed his makeup. He paused a second before doing so to admire his face one more time. Then he quickly changed back into the clothes he had worn to work that morning and hurried back down the stairs. He peeked out the door and saw his mother parked out front, so quickly said goodbye and ran to her car. After getting in, his mother asked him how his day was, and he smiled and told her fabulous. She looked over at him and noticed the big pink bow and hair clip but said nothing. Yes, he had forgotten to take them out in his rush. They talked on the way home, and Brendan mostly talked about Miss Sarah and how amazing and wonderful she was. Mother was surprised at the change and the enthusiasm he displayed. When they got home and went into the house, both Karen and Grace were there and excited to find out how their brother's day went. They too quickly noticed the pink hair bow and hair clip, but before saying anything looked at their mother, who shook her head slowly, no, telling them not to say anything. Brendan hurried to fix dinner, and the ladies all waited until dinner time to find out more, though it nearly killed them to have to wait that long. Grace said at first, Well, brother, you look very happy, like your first day of work went very well. Oh yes, Grace, it did. It was perfect. Perfect, huh? Asked Karen. What exactly does perfect mean? Just that, perfect. It is a great job, and my boss, Ms. Sarah, is a great boss, and I like the work, and so it's just perfect. And so, let me get this straight. You're doing housekeeping for her? Yes, that's right. And don't you housekeeping here? Yes, but I get paid for doing it there. Oh, yeah, that's right, and you are going to buy all new boy clothes from your first paycheck? Asked Karen. But Ms. Sarah said that would be a waste. Brendan did not want that to slip out, so he stopped halfway though and hoped no one would ask. But these were girls, and girls have a great deal of curiosity, especially when their brother is wearing a pink bow and hair clip in his hair and does not seem to care. Why did she think that would be a waste? Asked Grace. Well, she liked what I was wearing and said I looked good in it. I told her it was you and Karen that did it, and my hair and stuff. Brendan thought if he appeased his sisters they may let it go. But no, that has not what happened, and curious girls are not satisfied easily. Oh, so our help paid off, quipped Karen. Ya pass the peas, please. So, what was it exactly she liked about what you were wearing? Asked Grace. She just liked that I took the time and made the effort to look nice and not dumb boy stuff, like you always said. Did she want you to wear anything special for your job? Asked his mother. Like what? Brendan replied in a shockingly fast and defensive tone. Karen quickly replied, like maybe a pink hair bow and hair clip. Oh, my thought, Brendan, he forgot to take them out. How stupid of him. His face turned beet red. He was so stunned he did not know what to say. Then his other sister Grace said, what about mascara? I don't remember you wearing it to work this morning. Looks like you didn't get it all off before you came home. Brendan was nearly in tears. He jumped up and ran out of the kitchen to his bedroom, fell on the bed and started to cry. Now girls, aren't you being a little hard on your brother? You know how sensitive he is? Well, he's the one who left the pink bow and hair clip in his hair. What are we supposed to do, mother? Just ignore it. I mean, it is the size of a bread box. You do have a point. But I think we need to go talk to him and reassure him that whatever is going on is okay and we support him. The three went to his bedroom. The door was closed, and when Mother knocked he said, "Go away." Mother said, "I thought you were a grown-up. That is what you told me a few days ago. Grown-ups talk about things, they don't lock doors and cry over them." He did not answer, and so Mother opened the door and the three of them went in. She sat on the side of his bed and rubbed his back. The bow and clip were missing, and she noticed them on the floor under the dresser where he must have thrown them. That really is a very pretty bow and clip. Did Miss Sarah give them to you? Yes, so what? So, that was really nice of her. She must like you a lot to do that. No answer. We are really glad you had a great day, and it's okay if Miss Sarah does special things for you. We are just interested in how your day was, and we are glad it went well. We love you, and we only want you to know we support whatever makes you happy. You do? You really do? You're not making fun of me? No, silly, we are not making fun of you. We are excited for you and want to share in your excitement. Is that so bad? No, I guess not. It's just like it seemed you were trying to make fun of me. Why? Because we asked about your bow and hair clip? It was pretty hard to miss, you know. It really was sitting right on the top of your head where it could not be ignored. Yeah, I guess it was. Brendan gave a going from crying to fun laugh. So why don't you tell us all about it, because now you really have our curiosity up, and I am pretty sure you know 3 females will pester you to death until we get the whole story. So, Brendan told them the whole story. Well, maybe not the whole story. He did leave out the nipple rubbing and breast cupping and how it made him feel. The 3 ladies sat and listened to him tell the story wide-eyed and with full attention. So, she likes to call you Brenda, huh? She does it just as a joke. It's just in fun. I never told you this, but before I knew what you were I was going to name you Brenda because I thought you would be another girl, but when you were born I changed it to Brendan. Really? I never knew that, said Brendan. Grace got really serious. You know, Dressed in the skirt and later the denim dress and makeup, you probably looked much more like a Brenda than a Brendan. Yeah, I guess. You should have seen how pretty I was. I am not even kidding, even Miss Sarah said I was gorgeous. They all giggled and said together, I bet you were. Grace asked, well, maybe next time you can let us see how beautiful you are when you are made up. We would love to see you. The other two ladies nodded their heads in agreement. Well, maybe, but that was probably the only time she will ever have me dressed that way. Oh, really? Said Karen. I don't agree with you. I think she prefers you that way, and I can't say that I blame her. Why? Asked Brendan, innocent to all that was going on. Mother got serious. Well, Brendan, you might as well know. Women like your Miss Sarah have different tastes in men than less aggressive women do. They often seek out boys like you that exhibit a more feminine side. You saying she likes me because of just how I dress? No, not at all. That is just an outward sign. She likes you, my dear. She likes how you act, how you obey, how you are kind and thoughtful. If it were just your clothes, she would not have liked you. They are a symbol of what is inside. Brendan did not fully understand, but it sounded good, so he accepted it. My friend Cynthia picked a boy much like you to be her mate, said Karen. They are very happy. Does she like him to wear girls' clothes? Asked Brendan. Yes, she does. In fact, he does not own any male clothing at all. She decides what he is to wear, and he wears it to make her happy. Oh, was all Brendan could say. Then he asked, does he do the housework too like me? Yes, he does all of it, just like you. So, see, you are not alone. Does he like it? I mean, doing all the housework? Cynthia says he does. She was actually surprised because his mother said he didn't like doing it at home and would always delay and try to get out of it. Grace said, I wonder what changed. Brendan smiled and asked, did he wear a dress at home when he did the housework? No, I don't guess he did. Does he wear a dress now while he is doing the housework? Asked Brendan, still smiling. Yes, Cynthia does not permit him to wear pants at all, not even women's pants. He must always be in a skirt or dress. Why? Why are you asking, Brendan? What is it that you know? Brendan had a huge Cheshire cat smile on his face as if he had just swallowed the canary. It's the dress. It's the dress. It's really the dress. Brendan was talking as if to someone else in the room. What are you blubbering about? Asked Mother. Well, you see, I love doing the housework today and I never have in the past, and so Miss Sarah and I got to taking and decided the difference was the dress. That is all, just the dress. I am happy doing housework when I wear the dress. Don't you see, it changes me, and I bet it changed Cynthia's husband as well. The ladies all looked at each other. How come they never knew this? All three had the same idea in mind at the same time and told Brendan to come with them. They went to Karen's bedroom and told Brendan to get his shirt and pants off. Brendan could tell they were on a mission and were dead serious, so it would not be a good idea for him to argue. He had made that mistake in the past and always came out on the short end of the stick. Soon they were putting a bra on him and nylons. The bra cups were stuffed with a few pairs of panties. Then a white ruffled blouse and short pleated black skirt. They ended the ensemble with a pair of 2-inch black heels. Grace got some pink lipstick and did his lips while Karen went and got the pink bow and clip and reinstalled them. He looked very cute and not like a boy in any way. They all marveled at him. In fact, each of them independently wondered privately why they had not done this to him a long time ago. How could they have missed his beauty? He saw the seriousness of the looks on their face and it made him nervous. What? What's wrong? His question brought them back to reality. Nothing, dear, said Mother, it's just you are really beautiful, and we never noticed it before. Brendan's face broadened to a smile. Am I as pretty as Karen and Grace? Karen spoke next. Yes, Brendan, you are every bit as pretty as Grace and me. Now I understand why your Miss Sarah said it would be a waste of money to buy new boy clothes, a terrible waste. No sister of ours is going to wear ugly boy clothes. Boo, but Grace, I am not your sister, I am a boy, your brother, remember? That may be what your birth certificate says, but you're a girl, Missy. You are way too cute to be a dumb boy. Karen looked like she had an idea. Grace, do you still have that body briefer? Yes, hey, that's a great idea, she said as she ran out of the room, only to return a few moments later with the body briefer. Karen took charge. Now, Brendan, we want you to try this on. Brendan shrugged his shoulders and took off his top and skirt. He had been conditioned to wear feminine garments. In fact, he could not even remember a time when he wore actual boy clothes, so going to something considered more feminine was not a huge step for him. His two sisters took control and got him into it. There was a problem between his legs. The bulge, even though small, was going to be uncomfortable. The ladies looked at each other, and then Karen got a sheepish grin on her face. Well, I have heard that the female impersonators tuck their things. What? How? How do you know this, Karen? Asked her mother. Well, let's just say my roommate in college was into this sort of thing and she shared some things with me. I see, said her mother with raised eyebrows. Well, do you think we are the only females who dress boys up as girls, Mother? Mother gave her a look that said to watch her tone. Karen gave her mother a look back and just came out and said it. Brendan, sweetie, what you have to do is spread your legs a little and gently push your testicles up inside you. They will go, you just have to find the opening. Then, yes, like that, then pull your penis back and up between your legs as far as it will go. They say if you give it a half twist, so the top of your penis is facing up, that it is more comfortable. Who says? Asked Mother with a snide look on her face. Boys that do this do, Mother, that's who. Karen was beginning to lose her patience with her mother, and Mother recognized it and decided to lay off. Okay, now snug your panties up. And oh, yeah, we will set you up with panty bra sets so they are color coordinated. I am quite sure Sarah will appreciate you wearing color coordinated lingerie. Brendan did as Karen told him. Completely okay with doing these things with his mother and sisters watching him. They had seen his boy parts since he was little, and he never thought anything wrong with that. After all, they had controlled what he wore forever anyway. Grace said, "Oh, that looks very nice, Brendan. It looks very feminine and the panties fit so much better." Brendan looked down to see what she was talking about and had to agree. He liked the look. It looked much more like his sisters when they were in their panties. Now let's get that body briefer the rest of the way on and snapped up, said Karen. The body briefer had been a gift to Grace some years back. She was a bit underdeveloped at the time, and so someone had thought the padded hips, derriere and breasts would be something she would like. In fact, she hated it. It felt too confining to her, so she had never had it on other than the first time she tried it. It was perfect for Brendan. It filled out spots he needed filled out. He already had a small waist, so it did not do much for him there, but his chest was bigger and so were his hips, making him look much more feminine. Now listen to me, Brenda, we should call you Brenda from now on, since that is what Mother wanted to name you in the first place, and since Sarah calls you that, we should all call you that, okay? Asked Karen. Brendan looked at each of them and then said, I guess it's okay. Good. Now let's do your nails in a pretty pink. I think Sarah will really like that. Why would she? Brenda, what did Miss Sarah say about how you were dressed? She said it showed good taste and care about appearance. Why? Okay, so when Grace and I get all dressed up, do our hair, makeup, nails and all, do you think we look better than when we are just lounging around and have done none of those things? You sure you look really great when you do that? So, would you say we are preferable when we are rough and shoddy, or all dolled up and caring about our appearance? Oh, I get it. I see what you mean. So, you think she would think more of me because I care how I look, right? Exactly. They got her all dressed again, and the improvement on how everything fit was obvious, and all agreed worth it. They did her nails in a Givenchy Beauty Nail Polish Pink Perfecto 03. You know, Brenda, your Miss Sarah may not be able to keep her hands off you tomorrow, quipped Grace. Brenda got a faraway look in her eyes, and the three ladies giggled upon seeing her reaction. Her mother kissed her on the head and said, I hope it works out for you, sweetheart. The next morning was a flurry of rushing around. The sisters wanted Brenda to look her best. Brenda was not sure about the whole thing. The idea of it all seemed better the day before, and now reality had sunk in. She would look like a real girl and everyone would see her. But she was a boy and thought about being a boy and doing boy stuff. Pay attention, Brenda, get yourself tucked, yeah, good, now give it the twist. Snug up your panties, snap the crotch together. Good, good, you look great. Brenda faked a smile. The sisters left for work late and Mother soon said it was time to go. Brendan was almost to the point she was going to stay home. She felt sick. But Mother was on to her and warned her she was going to work no matter what. Lori dropped her off in the driveway and Brenda walked the last steps slowly and with great consternation. She went in the house having learned that she need not knock or ring the bell. The secretary, Julie, greeted her and did not know at first who she was. When she figured it out, she looked him up and down and smiling said, "Oh, won't Sarah be surprised when she sees you?" Julie meant it in a good way, but Brenda took it the opposite and was regretting coming to work dressed as she was. In fact, she had just turned to leave and go back home when Sarah walked in from the direction she was heading to leave. Sarah caught Brenda by surprise, and while it took a second for Sarah to register she was looking at Brenda, she quickly recognized her newest employee and a look of delight covered her face. "Brenda? Is that really you?" Brenda nodded her head, still unsure. "Wow. You look gorgeous." "Doesn't she look gorgeous, Julie?" "She sure does. I told her when I saw her that you would be surprised." "Yes, I am, but I guess I shouldn't be. I could see yesterday that there was a very beautiful girl trying to escape and learn to fly. Turn for me, sweetie." Brenda was feeling much better now. The compliments were a big part of it, but the warmth of Miss Sarah was such a delight to her that it simply made her feel like she was walking on air. My, you look so nice, honey. Let me see your nails." Sarah took Brenda's fingers and folded them over hers and checked them out. "They are beautiful. Did you do them?" Brenda looked a bit ashamed. "No, my sister Grace did them, but she said she is going to teach me how." "Oh, it's okay, sweetie, it takes time to learn all of these things and we can practice doing them too. You will get the hang of it real soon and you can do mine too." Brenda instantly remembered that Grace was constantly touching his hand as she did his nails, and he liked the idea he would get to touch Miss Sarah's hand doing hers. He gave her a big smile. "So, I take it your sisters helped you pick out your outfit?" Again, Brenda hung his head. Yes, they did." "Why do you think you should feel ashamed that they helped you?" "First, it tells me that you told them about our day yesterday and what you wore, and that makes me feel very good. Second, it tells me they care about you and want you to look your best, and that makes me feel very good. And lastly, it tells me you wanted to look your best for me today, and that makes me feel especially very good. So where is the downside here? I am not seeing it and you need to stop seeing it." "Yes, ma'am." "That's better. Now, how did you go about telling them?" "Well, actually I didn't. What happened was that I forgot to take the pink bow and the hair clip out of my hair, and they let me walk around with them in for as long as they could stand it. Busted." "Oh, I see. Sorry, sweetie." No, it's all good. I was upset at first because I thought they were making fun of me, but I found out they weren't, and once that was out of the way it was a very nice evening. But I was really scared this morning. I was afraid you would hate it and fire me. I was just about to leave when I ran into you." "I see. I am sorry I didn't make you feel comfortable enough. I am sure it must be a bit stressful to be a boy and go through these things, but I want you to understand that I love this part about you and want to encourage you to explore and embrace it. In fact, the opposite is more true. I just might fire you for wearing boy clothes because I would consider it stupidity. Anyone who is as beautiful as you are wearing boy clothes, I might even have you arrested and committed if you do that." Ha. "No, I am serious." Then Miss Sarah kissed Brendan on the forehead and said, "Let's get to work, Missy. Come with me. I have something for you to wear today that you will find just perfect." Brenda was all smiles now, and when she glanced over at Julie was all smiles too and nodding her head in approval as well. She followed Miss Sarah upstairs to a second bedroom next to the master bedroom. It was decorated in a feminine way with pictures of ballerinas, a picture of lips that left a lipstick mark, another art piece featuring high heels, a painting of a beautiful lady in an open-back long dress walking away, several vases with roses and other things. The colors were lavenders, pinks, and whites. It was a beautifully furnished and decorated room. This will be your room, Brenda. You can keep your things here, and if you stay overnight you will sleep here. Wow, Miss Sarah, it's beautiful. Beautiful things for my beautiful girl. Brenda smiled big at Sarah for saying that. Sarah walked to the dresser and opened the drawers, showing Brenda what was in them and closing them. They were full of bras, panties, nylons, nighties, etc. Then she went to the closet and found the items she had tried on yesterday along with a selection of uniforms. Sarah took hold of one and held out while still leaving it on the hanger. Julie and I went shopping for you right after you left yesterday, so now you can see how disappointed I would have been had you left this morning. I got these maid's dresses for you to wear while cleaning. They are designed for that kind of work and I expect you to wear them and the proper accessories. Is that clear? Brenda recognized that Sarah was being very serious. Yes, ma'am. Good girl, and you will find shoes, aprons, and headbands here and here. I want you to wear a different uniform every day so I can see a variety on you. Is that understood? Yes, ma'am. Ma'am? Yes, Brenda? Will this be okay with the others? I mean, what will people think when they see me? First off, Brenda, it does not matter if it is okay or not with the others. I own this business and they as well as you work for me. Is that clear? Yes, ma'am. Second, I am sure they will like it and understand that you are being subservient to me. That is what I want them to think, and that's what I want you to think and be. How do you feel about that, Brenda, being subservient to me? I don't know what that means, Ms. Sarah. I see, well, it means willing to do what I want you to do. Considering your wishes as less important than my wishes, being subservient means you will become someone who is useful, submissive, and functions in a subordinate capacity to please and serve me. Now, do you understand? I think so, Ms. Sarah. It means I do what you want, when you want, and how you want. That's how it's always been for me, doing what my mother and sisters wanted me to do. Yes, I suppose you have been pretty subservient, haven't you? Is that bad, Ms. Sarah? No, it's not bad. If you are to work out for me, you will need to be completely subservient. So perhaps it has been good practice for you. In fact, the outfit you wore today to work shows me that you have very strong subservient tendencies, and that is a good thing, Brenda. I suppose it's only fair to tell you that my interests in you go far beyond being my employee. If it works out, I would like to work on making you a permanent object in my life. Ms. Sarah? Yes, Brenda? Sometimes I think I should be more manly. Is that a bad thing? Sarah looked at him, thinking and choosing her words carefully. Brenda, you make a beautiful and wonderful girl. With some training and the willpower on your part to become truly subservient to me, you will be perfect, at least perfect for me. But to be a boy? I think you would be very unhappy and discontent as a boy. I mean, that's just my opinion. If you enjoy your time with me, acting like a boy would end us. I have no use for some dumb boy. But I have a lot of use for a nice subservient sissy like you, Brenda, and you will soon get to start to experience what I mean by that. Had Brenda been a real man, or even a real boy, he would have been highly offended by Ms. Sarah's words, but instead he swooned at them. He thought they sounded like a perfect love melody, and he absorbed them as easily as a dry sponge absorbs water. Sarah was correct in her assessment of his nature, and she decided from his response to move up her timetable. Ms. Sarah, I don't know how to ask this, and maybe I am wrong, but are you saying we could become a couple? I mean, someday? Yes, Brenda, that is exactly what I am saying. I have been looking for someone like you for a long time. Now, mind you, you have a lot to learn to be exactly what I want, and I won't accept anything that does not fit my mold perfect, so you will have to learn, make changes, adapt, and be formed into what I want before anything permanent happens, but you can do it if you want. The reality of the situation suddenly hit Brendan right between the eyes. It all dawned on him like a nuclear explosion. His mouth got dry, his heart began to race, and his breathing became erratic. He felt weak and strange. He gave Miss Sarah a strange look and she asked him what was wrong. You mean you want me to be a real-life sissy and do everything you want, looking, acting, and being like a girl in every way for the rest of my life? Giving up all boy things forever? Sarah looked him right in the eyes and said, "Yes, Brendan, I want you to be my little panty-waist sissy, afraid of everything and seeking protection from me. Not knowing anything and believing whatever I tell you to think. Dressing as I want you to dress, no matter how sissyish or juvenile what you think of what I tell you to wear. To be totally submissive, obedient, faithful, loyal and respectful no matter what." Brenda listened to her words and an image of what he was to become formed in his little mind. "Well," asked Sarah, "what is your decision? Do you want to become my sissy wife?" Brendan was picturing himself dressed in pink and white with bows in his hair serving Miss Sarah and then flashbacks of boys he had seen playing ball and goofing off. "My decision is to,"